Ahoy y'all and welcome. We're ready to set sail on another 10 at 10. Today is November 9th, 2023. We got a great lineup here for you today. I'm Matt, that's my brother Tim. We're the Maple guys. We're always bringing you new content every single day here on the MrMaple Show.
Arr, ye matey, and welcome. We appreciate y'all jumping in. Today we're gonna talk about 10 of the 20 trees. I mean, the 10 at 10 is one of our funnest things of the week. Putting on 10 trees on our website, because we love collecting Japanese maples ourselves. We know you do. And we're gonna try to put on some cool plants Tuesdays and Thursdays for you to have fun and enjoy.
Guys, we get hyped up every single time we walk through these greenhouses, and today's our day to show off what we do. So we like to talk to you about it. If you like this kind of thing, make sure to smash that like button. Give us a 5-star Google review. Go sub to our podcast if you really can't get enough of these crazy Maple brothers. We're always putting out content 7 days a week here on YouTube as well. Check your email, guys. This is just 10 of the 20. That ship gets a little bigger, so get ready to set sail. I got, first up here, a giant moon.
Giant moon. This is one that will make your neighbors walk off the plank because they didn't plant in their yard. This is a cool Acer japonicum. It's got that big japonicum foliage. It's a newer selection by Talon Buchholz, and this is just a really awesome tree.
Oh, giant moon. This one is incredible. Talon Buchholz large leaf japonicum, one of his better japonicum introductions. I love this plant. Great fall colors, reds, yellows, and oranges all at the same time going on this thing. Giant moon really shows out. Now we call Acer japonicums and Acer shirasaurums full moon maples, hence the name giant moon. Great plant though.
Yeah, this is one of those japonicums that has a unique style of foliage. It's not deeply divided, it's more rounded, and it has a really soft points to it. And this gives it a real unique feel and more of that moon style appearance. So it really does look like a moon, a giant moon as the name actually says.
Yeah, one time in high school, we were riding in the activity bus there, and one of my teammates decided to moon the car behind us. Turned out to be the referee. Worst calls ever. All right, what you got on your end, Tim?
Down here, we got a giant redwood, but this is a dwarf, so don't worry about it. This is Blau Eichsberg.
Oh, how do you say that again?
Blau Eichsberg.
Okay.
It's
this
German.
Is Sequoiadendron giganteum. This is a phenomenal plant, y'all. I do love the giant redwoods. Incredible plants to be growing. There's something to behold too. A couple years ago, the maple site, Tim and I got to go down to the redwood forest and just stand in shock and awe of so many cool plants. And I think redwoods are just something extra special. I know they're getting all over the United States now. So like, what are some of these going to look like in years to come? But
yeah, this is a small, slow growing selection, typically 3 to 4 feet in 10 years. So really, really small for a giant redwood. A nice, slow growing selection. Blau Eichsberg is actually named after the guy who found this hometown. And the name actually means like small blue oak, which is pretty interesting. And this gets kind of sort of that blue kind of color to it. So I don't know where they get the oak from, but definitely a cool little evergreen to have in the garden.
Now these are going to work zone 6 through 9. Sometimes humidity can be a factor on these, but a phenomenal plant. And these are evergreens, so don't get these confused with bald cypress. These giant redwoods will definitely, stay in leaf all winter. All right, you want to go another one of these big boys down here on this side?
Might as well.
All right, y'all. Next up, we got Sweet Lorraine.
Sweet.
Now, this plant is really cool. It is basically, we could almost put this in the New Ghost. We did a podcast on the New Ghost. We thought about including it. It doesn't fit the mold because it is a weeping form, but this is a reticulated weeper, y'all.
Yeah, and this is one of those plants that it's small and slow growing. It's very unique because there aren't many other reticulated weepers that have that style of variegation. We see the veins of the leaf with that flecking in there. Filigree is one, Sweet Lorraine is the other, and give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun, but this can really give you some really unique colors with some amber hues first and then some cream colors later with that reticulated weeping habit.
It really is a Ghost Series, like a Ghost Series looking lace leaf. So think of this one as about 3 to 4 feet tall, about 3 to 4 feet wide, even in 10 years, giving a real compact habit. Excellent for container garden, excellent for a conifer garden. The smaller overall stature makes it just ideal for really anywhere, but the colors are really what draw you to this one. I mean, pairs amazingly. Now, there's a couple more Earth Fire and Felis I definitely recommend, kind of in that collection of variegated reticulated ones. This one's probably my favorite of the group though, with Earth Fire.
Yeah, it definitely stands out, and that's always important. This is one that will sell out fairly fast today in these 2 gallons, so do jump on it. You might have a WWE brawl going on, and you might have to.
These are 3 to 4 year plants on the NR2s.
Yeah, some great sizes on these, and you might have to do some sweet chin music, kick some other people out of the way, check out quickly today to get this sweet Lorraine.
Sweet chin music. Oh, all right.
Got some old WWE references there.
I mean, it was WWF back in those days.
Oh yeah. So guys, next up we got some Aaga Shigui.
Oh man, another one. Okay, I say this a lot because now that we got the Buckholz farm, we collect lots. I collected a ton of seeds off of Aaga Shigui, like 2 bags. I can't wait to even see what comes up out of that. Aaga Shigui, always a fan favorite. This is in a lot of people's top 5s. You know, we do those top 5s on Mondays. Aaga Shigui ends up in that top 5 all the time because everybody that's seen it in the spring loves it. It always ends up high up on people's lists. You almost get a metallic-y purple with this one. Think of it as a purple ghost with almost more violet, metallic colors, but also in that 6 to 7 foot range, even in 10 to 15 years. Much smaller, compact habit, incredible color palette.
I mean, if we could ever do a like top 50 purple Japanese maples, there's not 50 purple Japanese maples, but this one would be towards the top of the list. It's still one of the most purple selections you can get on a Japanese maple with some unreal colors that can look photoshopped. It's slow growing, 4 to 5 feet tall, so it's a small selection in that. One of the slowest growing of those reticulated styles. Give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun if you really want this tree to hold its reticulation long throughout the summer. If you push it out in the sunlight, you get more purple colors. If you pull this back in the deep shade, you get some eerie kind of colors with deep veins.
Yeah, you get some creams with purples. It can get really crazy in heavy shade or even just a high oak canopy or something like that. I love it for its metallic colors. Early morning sun, late day shade tends to give you your best lavender, but don't be afraid to put it in a container and play with the colors like Tim's saying. It's a fun one to move around. And the smaller overall stature makes this perfect for the container garden.
I'm so excited about looking through seeds from these. I love this tree. It's one of my favorite trees. And the chance of possibly finding seedling variations from it gets me pretty excited.
One of the coolest trees, not quite a ghost. It actually comes from Japan, but it fits in that lineup amazingly. All right, we got one more big one here. This is a 3-gallon.
So this is a deciduous conifer. This will drop its needles.
Yeah, people call me every spring or fall and they say, why the heck is my Don Redwood and Metasequoia sick? No, they're just going into fall color because they're deciduous conifers.
And this is a bald cypress called Falling Waters. This one's pretty unique because it goes up when you stake it up, but the branches go down. So you've got this nice weeping effect for a bald cypress.
Yeah, this one was named after the Franklin Lloyd Wright home with the same name, Falling Water. Awesome plant. First saw this from Don Shadow. He really imparted this one on us. Was like, what a cool plant. It's one we've tried to offer frequently ever since I first found out about it. I've actually seen people grow this up over archways, create tunnels with it. It is a fast-growing, weeping tree. It can go next to wet spots in the garden. You can put this where a soggier place where a maple wouldn't grow. That will help dry some of that up sometimes. Now, bald cypress grow like crazy, so don't expect this one to be small and slow growing. It's going to put on up to 3 feet of growth a year many seasons, and a lot of that in a pendulous nature.
And as you mentioned, this was named after the Franklin Lloyd Wright Falling Waters. He was famous for architecture. And this adds architecture to your garden with really unique sculptural shapes. This is going to be a tree that's very interesting. And being a bald cypress, this is a tree that can add that architectural look in those wetter spots in the garden where your Japanese maples can't grow. This can actually handle those wetter, more boggy areas in the garden and give you something interesting for those spaces.
One of my favorite ways I've seen this tree grown, and besides next to ponds, is over archways. You can put this over a big archway, grow 2 together, let them meet in the middle. It's a great way to have an entrance to your garden. Very unique plant. I've seen places that made tunnels like at Stephen F. Austin out of them and sheared back the middle, so you had a whole tunnel of deciduous conifer. It's amazing. Guys, we're bringing back Acer Livy.
Y'all, we should have done a cultivar highlight on this at Buckholz Nursery.
Yeah.
Because this is such a cool plant, and it's underrated. As this tree is young, it looks vigorous. So to first glance, Livy's going to look like a blood good style. And it does have that style of foliage. But as this tree ages, guess what? It tightens up and denses up. And like a 7-gallon of this or a 10-gallon almost looks like a red Makawa.
Yeah, love how cool that is with large foliage as well. Definitely tightens up, gets a lot denser. Livy has some dark red colors too. I mean, it's some of the darkest red, and then goes to a bright scarlet in the fall. Another one's going to work zones 5 through 9. Great compact habit, the 6 to 8 foot, even in 10 years, making it much smaller than a lot of the other uprights. But that density really is what makes this one look great. It's almost in between the density of something like Pixie and Rhode Island Red, but in a taller tree that's even darker.
Really awesome plant, underappreciated, but this tree is beautiful. And as you see this tree in larger specimens, it's something you got to have in your garden.
You'll be livid if you don't get a Livy on today's 10 at 10. All right, we got lemon lime lace.
Whoo! We got lucky sevens.
Okay.
Lemon lime lace is an awesome tree. It has a nice weeping habit, and the new growth is a nice lemon yellow.
Oh, incredible, small, compact plant. Excellent fall colors. You get that intense yellow to it. You get some chartreuse to light yellowing even in the spring. This one only reaches about 3 to 4 feet by about 5 feet wide in 10 years, making it low and spreading. Excellent for the container garden. Now this one pairs so well with many of your classic Japanese maples like Crimson Queen, Garnet. All those trees are going to look exceptional like next to lemon lime lace, and they're really going to bring about that chartreuse color you get with this one.
It's a selection by Del Laux, and the very first time we went and visited him, we went out through there and was looking through all these different plants, and he would have handwritten labels and everything, and on this one, it said 777, or so I thought, and then turns out it was LLL for lemon lime lace. An amazing small tree, great to compare out there with your red lace leaves, because it's going to give you more of that chartreuse lemon kind of color on the new growth, and that just gives such good contrast with many of your reds.
Awesome plant. All right, what's next here?
Just a boring plant.
A little boring plant called Acer palmatum Tobios Show. I love this one, guys. One of my favorite fall color maples. A great Acer palmatum subspecies palmatum. Nice rounded canopy to this one. That's really one of the main features to it too. You get a larger tree with a dense, round, upright habit to it. I mean, almost reminds you of some of the ginkgo trees, like a chichi, how it gets so round and full. You know, if you're looking for a Japanese maple with a really nice, more of an oval canopy, think about Tobios Show.
I mean, Milt Toby was a propagator in Boring, Oregon, and they've named this tree after him because it was so beautiful. I mean, this tree just gives you some amazing fall colors, a multitude of colors, and it's a very consistent fall color with Tobios Show. Maybe sometime we should find a tree and name one after me and call it like Timmy Osho. Try to conglomerate Japanese and someone's English name. What do you think?
We ain't naming no trees after you here. Sorry, bro.
Oh.
All right, let's do these conifers right here.
All right, guys, next we got Pinus mugo Sherwood Compact.
You guys ask when we're bringing back the conifers. We're always bringing back conifers. This one shows out, guys. I love this dense habit to it. This is a mugo pine, very durable, very dense. Goes down to zone 2, I believe, up to zone 8. Phenomenal plant to be growing. We typically list at 7, but I've seen them in 8 as well. Sherwood Compact, one of the most popular for that dense habit.
Now, if you're in zone 8, give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun because you are pushing it a little bit with mugo pines. But Sherwood Compact gives you this nice emerald look, really dense, compact, evergreen. And the mugo pines just give you this sort of feel like you're in a different country. I mean, they're just so unique, so different. I love the mugo pines, and Sherwood Compact is that compact dwarf pine for your garden.
Sometimes I feel like you're from a different country already. All right, what do we got over here next? We got Acer palmatum Nebula. We got the nebulizer.
The nebulizer.
Acer palmatum Nebula, another one of those new ghosts from Talon Buckholz. Guys, I love this one. It looks like a nebula. You know Talon's next level with the names. We probably told you the story before, but it looks like a nebula. I've seen nebulas from telescopes, and you get that light in the middle to darker on the outside. And that's certainly what you get with the purples going on in the early spring with Acer palmatum Nebula.
And more specifically, this looks a lot like the nebula in the Milky Way galaxy. You get some really crazy green veins in this with some pink in there, with some white in the early spring. This thing's ever changing, but ever awesome. I mean, the fall color on this is outrageous as well. So it's one of the best fall colors of the new Ghost. Has a nice upright form. Give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun to hold that color along throughout the season. But guys, these right here, you can still see the reticulation in the fall color right now.
Great bold reds in the fall as well. Some would say Nebula is out of this world. All right, guys, this is our lineup for today on the 10 at 10. Let us know your favorites. I didn't tell everybody this at Halloween, but I was really proud. During our Halloween show, I said when the kids show up to your door and they ask for candy, ask them maple trivia. And if they can't answer the maple trivia, then just close the door and make their parents give them candy. So I go trick-or-treating on Halloween, and my kids knock on my mom's door, and of course, Maple Mom watches every episode. So my 4-year-old daughter and my 6-year-old daughter are at the door. Of course, my son's one, he ain't answering anything, but she automatically opens the door and says, I was told not to give these children candy unless they can answer this question. Name a Japanese maple. Man, I was never prouder as a dad. Carolina's like, tattoo, and Tinny's like, oh yeah, Miss Piggy, now give me some candy. They had it right out the gate, they were ready. So reward those children and teach them about cool plants.
Y'all, these are only 10 of the 20 trees getting listed today. Check out your email for the full listing, or jump on MrMaple.com at 10 a.m. and you'll see the other 10 getting listed. Check out fast, because some of these trees sell out fast. Finish that checkout process, because just because you have it in your cart doesn't mean it's held for you until you finish that checkout process.
Guys, we appreciate you continue to shop with us. If you didn't know, it never ends. We always add new plants. We're now bringing it twice a week. We've been doing this extra thing, guys. I hope you've been liking Flash Sale Fridays. So we've been dropping some things on sale on Fridays. Be sure to check Friday at 10 a.m. to find out what's on sale for this weekend. But guys, don't miss this 10 at 10 today. I think we outdid ourselves on it.
Have a good day.
Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day.